Well, we're on our way to the Bonnet House in Fort Lauderdale. It's a balmy 72 degrees here, so we're looking forward to a pleasant day.
So right here is where the parking lot is for the Bonnet House. And if you walk down this walkway here, you'll come into the entrance. So its entrance is to the right. You'll see the yellow building, and that's your welcome center. I advise you to buy the tickets ahead of time, so that way you make sure when you get here you already have a place to be able to come in. Sometimes it gets pretty full. Okay, we're just coming into the entrance of the Bonnet House. Behind us here is the house. As you come in, you will make a left and you go straight into the grounds. The house has been here for a long time. They dredged, it was an island, and basically they dredged to be able to get into the intercoastal inlet. It's an old house back in the 1900s. So we'll see what it looks like. Well, here we are inside the, I guess you call it the inside garden of the house. So the house completely goes all the way around, and you have a little garden center of the house where, because of being Florida and back in the 1900s, you probably didn't have air conditioning in a house. So you would have this center plaza, if you want to call it, so you can sit and enjoy the day. As you can see, it's beautiful center garden. Very nice. So here we are sitting in looks like a little tiki hut, nice little benches, and we're looking at what do you call that, a lake? Pond with the lilies, where the Bonnet House got the name. From what we understand, there was an alligator in the pond, and the alligator stuck his head up and it had a lily on its head, and they call it a bonnet lily. And from there, they got the name Bonnet House, because the bonnet from the alligator. So the alligator named the house. So we're enjoying it. A lot of museum. There's a big museum there for all the art. He was, from what we understand, he was a big artist, famous in Chicago, and this was their winter home. So far, it's been really nice, and to know that Fort Lauderdale has a history other than hotels. This is the caretaker's cottage, which is now at the museum and little cafe. But as you can see, the caretakers were taken care of very well. And there's your greenhouse for the orchids. All right, so we just did the tour. You can do a self-tour, and you just download the, what's it called on the iPhone? There's a little QR reader, and each place you see, you'll see a QR reader, and it'll give you a little voiceover on what's going on in that specific space. But there's a lot of people here that will give you the idea of what, the house is and all that kind of stuff. So it takes you roughly what?
You'll give yourself a good 2 to 2.5 hours, depending on what you want to do. Right now we're sitting in a picnic area, so you could always bring your lunch and come and stay. I really think this is a great stop if you're spending a few days in Fort Lauderdale, to give yourself a break, no matter what time of year, because there's so much shade, and the tours are inside and outside. It's a real break. It's quiet too. Believe it or not, we're in the center of a city, and it doesn't feel like it. Except for a few noises, you wouldn't know that you weren't, in a place far from the city.
Right.
So I really recommend, this is a really nice place to see.
Yeah. Also, you're close enough that if you get here and it's roughly around lunchtime, you're very, very close to Fort Lauderdale Beach, and there's all kinds of little restaurants that you can go and stop and have something before you go back to your Fort Lauderdale airport or wherever you're gonna go. If you're going on a cruise, it's very close. It's not even 20 minutes away. And it's a nice time to spend a half a day. So I hope you'll enjoy it, and we'll see you on the next Intent Wandering.